What's up, guys? All right, I had a Skype lesson today with one of my singer-songwriter students. It was awesome. The goal of these lessons is to be taking our open first position chords and just moving them around the neck and giving them a different feel depending on what the song is about, depending on the mood of the song. So today what we were doing, we're closed form triads. So we're only playing 3 notes. We're only playing our 1, our 3, depending on if it's major or minor, and our 5, but we are switching it around and doing some inversions, which just means that the root note isn't always going to be the lowest note. We're working with only our 5th, 4th, and 3rd string for this lesson, and I love this one in particular. So let's just get right to it. You guys will be able to reference some of these if you do get lost with our open chords. I'll kind of show you where these forms come, where they come from, and also the reason that we're doing this is to move them all over the neck as you want. All right, and that's our main reason why. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start everything here on the 7th fret of my A string. So we're just gonna do our first 1, 3, and 5 major triad. So I have my 7th fret, my 6th fret, and my 4th fret. All right, where my pinky is my root note, and all that really comes from is, let's see if I switch my fingers out a little bit, is if I bring this down, my C. All right, I'm gonna put my first finger there for reference, even though I'm not playing the 2nd string. So that's what we got. Now, let's make this minor. So like I said, root note, pinky, root note, 3rd finger, or 3rd and 5th. Actually, that was my 3rd finger. If I move where my 3rd finger is down 1, since that's the 3rd, that becomes minor. So now I have my 7th fret, which is where my root note is, 7th fret, 5th fret, and 4th fret. That's my minor. All right, so now let's go into first inversion, which just means this low note is going to be the 3rd and not the root note. So if I take this minor, like we were just doing, 7, 5, 4, and I move this 4 up to 5, so now I have 7, 5, 5. This is a major triad, but the 3 is on top. You don't necessarily need to follow the theory as much. I'm just giving it to you guys more. It's more about the positioning. So I have my 3, my 5, and my root note. All right, and what this really comes from is if I put my pinky up here, that's really just my G chord moved all the way up here. So you could drop your pinky there, and that's the root note there. It is also the root note on the 3rd string. So this is my C. All right, major triad starting with our 3rd. So to make it minor, we're gonna take our 3rd and move it down 1 fret or 1/2 step. So now I have 6, 5, 5. That 5 is still my root note, and that's just minor. So 6, 5, 5. Flat 3, 5, root note. All right, so now we're gonna get into the next one, which is going to be 7, 7, 6. And this is pretty easy to kind of play because this is just my E moved up here to the 7th fret. So in my E chord down here, where my 3rd finger is my root. So up here for this, where my 3rd finger is my root. So this would be an A. Major, so I have my 5, my root note, and then tucked over here on the 6th fret is my 3rd. From here, if I wanted to make this minor, just like we were doing every time, you take that 3rd and you move it down, flat 1, and we got 7, 7, 5, and that's my minor, just like an E minor, moved all the way up here. And that's my minor triad 5, the root note, and my flat 3. And I really love using these. I actually use them to kind of like climb down the guitar neck a little bit. If I were to start up here on E, I might do that. I might move this up. So now this is like minor. This is a C sharp minor. That's my C sharp there. Back to E major. Move this down. Now that becomes a G sharp minor. That's our G sharp minor form. Move this pinky down here. Now that becomes my B major. And then I can move this down. That becomes my E flat or my D sharp minor. And I can just keep moving down. I'm just moving one note at a time. This becomes my F sharp major. Move this down one. You just keep going. All right, and that becomes my B flat minor. And that's just an interesting way. It definitely fits a mood. I will say what started this lesson was a song that I'm writing off of an EP that I wrote when I was in Iceland, and it just starts. That was just the chord progression. So what I'm doing there, just to show you, is I have my E minor, and I'm just taking where my first finger is, and so I got a little 4-5-4 slide, and then ending here, right, which is my B minor. This is my minor form with my root note there on the bottom. Real quick, so. And then jumping that up, and then landing on my G major, D major. So E minor, B minor, G major, D major. So just a cool way to do it. It definitely is a little bit of a darker sound when you're stacking your triads that close to each other. What that means is the next note, like if you were to play it on a piano or write it on a staff, the next note is the next possible chord tone. Where if I were to play this, that would be my root note. That's my fifth. So I'm actually skipping the third, and that has a bigger, more open sound and gives it. It just, like, if I play those big bar chords, that has that bigger open sound because not everything is directly stacked on top of each other. This is directly stacked on top of each other. The next possible chord tone is the next highest note, and that's why you get a nice, richer, dark sound. Cool. Hope you guys like the lesson. I've been teaching all day. It is late. It is 1:24 in the morning, so I hope I was as articulate as I could possibly be. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.